This video is not financial advice. Welcome to tracking my Bitcoin portfolio, day 15. I own the same amount of Bitcoin, but it's now worth $27,079.95, which is up $1,037.91 since yesterday. Now I'm going to go into these comments. This person said, still proud of your consistency. I want to suggest making a Bitcoin video explaining what it is for beginners and things of that nature. Of course, this is just a suggestion. So this channel is basically just me tracking my Bitcoin portfolio. It's not really me trying to explain to people what Bitcoin is. But with that being said, though, like Bitcoin is money. It's a global monetary network. It's a place to store your economic energy. When you go to your job or you sell a good or a service, you're providing your expertise and your energy to provide other people with value. And in return, you get paid. So it only makes sense for your money to be sound money, because the current money that we have is being debased by the government because governments run deficits. So basically, Bitcoin is simply just money, but it is to give you a better kind of understanding, it is a sound money that doesn't leak out your economic energy because of its scarcity, divisibility, decentralization, immutability, fungibility. It has all those important properties that fiat currency tends to fall behind on. So that's what Bitcoin is, but there's many good educational videos on the internet explaining what Bitcoin is. There's lots of books you could read. There's lots of people that know a lot more than me that would be able to explain it better. So I think it's good to go and get a bunch of different people's opinions on Bitcoin, on money, to get a better understanding, because it's all about building your own conviction. I had to learn the hard way, lose a lot of money in crypto, and then I had to go and watch a bunch of videos, read books to try and further my understanding. So you have to build your own conviction. You can't borrow someone else's conviction and say, well, this person said this, so this is a good investment. You have to put in the time of trying to understand what Bitcoin is for yourself, because you do not want to invest in something that you do not have the proper understanding of. Like, if you don't know what Bitcoin is, you could forget your seed phrase, you could sell when you're not really supposed to. You have to build your own conviction, and the only way to do that is to put in the time. So yeah, many good resources on YouTube. There's also a lot of bad resources on YouTube. I would say stay away from people making price predictions. If you see like a clickbait video that says like Bitcoin at 1 million or Bitcoin at 5 million, that's just clickbait. Like, you want to look for more educational videos, not price predictions. You want to like really try and learn what money is. Okay, this person said, I will return on day 30 to see what happens. That's in response to someone saying that I was going to give up on day 30 or something. This person said, maybe you need to consider that BTC could go to zero. Well, I would like to thank you for your comment. I think it's good for people to share their opinions. If you disagree with me, to share your opinion. So this person says that I should consider that Bitcoin could go to zero. I don't think Bitcoin's gonna go to zero. I don't know if he means like Bitcoin actually going to zero, or does he mean Bitcoin crashing and then never recovering? Because I don't like, if we're talking about Bitcoin going to zero, that I don't think that's actually possible. But if we're talking about Bitcoin crashing and never recovering, now that's kind of more of a debate. So I'll just assume that that's what he means. But what I would say is that Bitcoin, like if we go to the market cap of Bitcoin, it's at 1.5 trillion. So then you have to ask yourself, what is the probability of something that's has a market cap of 1.5 trillion crashing and never recovering? And it's hard to when you look back in history, there aren't many things you can really compare that to. But then I would even further ask that question. Whoops, wrong tab. I would ask that question: what market cap does Bitcoin have to get to in order for you to consider that it will never crash to zero? Like, what happens if Bitcoin hits 2 trillion? What happens if Bitcoin hits 5 trillion? What happens if Bitcoin hits 10 trillion? At what point is Bitcoin so high that you're gonna not have this opinion, right? Because do you think that gold could crash to zero? Gold has a market cap of like 34 trillion. If we go to this chart, $34 trillion market cap. Do you think gold could crash to zero? No. Okay, so what happens when Bitcoin surpasses gold? But then your response would be, that's never going to happen. I would disagree with that. I think Bitcoin's going to continue to rise. It will get to 3 trillion, 5 trillion. It will slowly start the rise. And at a certain point, it's like when will your opinion change? Like at 10 trillion market cap, at 15 trillion. So that it's kind of just one of those things. Like there's not much else I can say. Like if you want to debate about a specific topic of Bitcoin, like why it's going to crash to zero, but if you're just saying that Bitcoin could crash to zero, it's like, okay, well, like look at the market cap. We're talking 1.5 trillion. What is 1.5 trillion just going to disappear? And what happens when it gets to 5 trillion? Is 5 trillion going to disappear? Like it just, I don't really see the point. I would disagree. I would just disagree with it. Okay, now I'm going to go to how much money I made on April 15th from my chess YouTube channel, $8.42. So I'm averaging around like $10. It's pretty difficult trying to make money from YouTube. Like I've tried my best with this chess channel, but it's pretty difficult. So this is I'm only making like around $10 a day. Okay, now I'm going to go into how close I am to monetizing this channel. So I'm at 51 subscribers and I need to get to 4,000 watch hours within 365 days, and I'm at 10. So I'm just focused on getting to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to keep on telling people to subscribe when I make my chess videos. So I feel like I can get to like maybe 100 subscribers pretty soon. But I think I'm making great progress. I'm in it for the long game. Like I plan on doing this for years. It's hard to say exactly like where my mind is going to be at like 5 years from now. Like I'm not sure like how long I'm going to be able to do it for, but as of right now, I feel like it's a good idea still. So yeah, we'll just have to kind of see what happens, but I'll continue the journey. But I don't really have anything else to say for today. Obviously, Bitcoin is up. If we look at the chart here, it looks like it's up around like 5%. I'll be honest, I don't even really care too much. Like I'm in it for the long game. Bitcoin goes up, it goes down. It's like what's the price going to be 5 years from now? What's the price going to be 10 years from now? Because I'm in it for the long game. And then obviously it's still ranked number 12 in the assets ranked by market cap. So I like looking at this chart because this really shows kind of where Bitcoin is headed. A lot of people will look at the cryptocurrencies, but I would say this is a better chart because this is comparing it to the largest companies, comparing it to silver, gold, like things that are larger than cryptocurrency, because Bitcoin isn't just a cryptocurrency. It is a global monetary network, and that is so much valuable than a company. Like for Bitcoin to be priced lower than a company, that in my opinion, that just shows you how early you are. Like this is literally a global monetary network, and you have a company that's worth more, multiple companies that are worth more. So I believe Bitcoin will surpass all companies eventually. Like there's no reason as to why a company should have a higher market cap than Bitcoin, in my opinion. But if you disagree with me, you can comment down a comment, leave an entire paragraph as to why I'm wrong, and I'll respond to it as best as I can. But that's all I have to say for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.